Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's going on? So, I know y'all checked out the epilogue for Spence versus Ugas. I told y'all before the fight that they was going to do the part 1, part 2 of the All Access and then drop the epilogue. And it was beautiful, man. It was better than anything that I expected. I always expect great things from Showtime when they do their All Accesses, and the epilogues be dope all the time. But I mean, just the way they put this together, the narration was crazy. Like the scenes that they captured, Errol Spence warming up in the back, Yordenis Ugas after suffering defeat. Well, at the beginning of the epilogue, they showed him very emotional, man, with taking that L. And, his girl was in the back just trying to uplift him and things like that. And, I mean, it was just beautiful. The narration, each and every scene that they captured, and the small nuggets that they captured, like you see in the thumbnail with Derrick James leaned in and kind of whispered to Errol Spence immediately after the victory, bruh, you can't lose your focus. You got to go back and get in the lab ASAP. Yeah, we just won 3 titles, but this ain't shit. You still got more work to do. It was just an amazing production. So shout out to Showtime for the epilogue, but I wanted to touch on, that what Derrick James told Errol Spence and just kind of expound upon that, man, and the significance of that. The significance of that type of energy. With Derrick James, in my opinion, I think he's the best trainer in boxing. I think he's extremely underrated. He's not just a boxing trainer. He's not just a coach. He's an actual teacher of the sport. He's a teacher of boxing. It's a difference between being just a trainer and a coach and actually teaching guys and, helping guys really understand from a fundamental level what they supposed to be doing out there and how to actually sharpen those tools and get better, actually progress and grow as a fighter, and then also as a man. You dig what I'm saying? Derrick James is extremely underrated, man. And just his energy, I love the chemistry that he and Errol Spence have. You don't see a whole lot of different stuff going on in a corner. All you really see is just Errol Spence and Derrick James. And you could tell when Derrick James say something to Earl, it's like it clicked. One thing that I love about Errol Spence, he's extremely coachable. He listened to his coach. You hear him say that shit all the time. That's something that he leaned on, like listen to my coach and go through with the game plan. And then, of course, if I need to make adjustments and kind of go off script, if necessary, I'll do that. But Errol Spence leans on the tutelage and the wisdom from his coach. He leaned on the game plan, everything. That's why I love, a guy that's coachable like that, a fighter that you can really, that has all the raw abilities, has all the tools and all the skills, but then when you can actually formulate a game plan and you can, feed this guy all this information and for a fact that he can actually go out there and execute it. Not only is he capable, but he's willing and he actually wants to do that. That is a dangerous combination when you got a fighter like that and a teacher like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful combination. And I really feel like, man, Errol Spence right now is more dangerous than he's ever been. Y'all know everything that I've been saying on this channel in regard to Errol Spence over the last 2 or 3 years, but specifically over the last couple of years when the whole car accident happened, and then everybody was just doubting, everybody was talking down, man, saying this dude wasn't gonna be the same, he wasn't gonna never be able to fight again and all this shit. And like I said, a lot of that I understand, but then a lot of that shit also was hate. A lot of that shit was people, they was talking down. They was wishing that he wasn't going to be what he is right now. So that's why I was going so hard making those videos, man, and really just like telling y'all, bruh, everything I told y'all that was going to happen, bruh, that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? Everything I said that was going to happen, that shit played out just like that, dog. You feel what I'm saying? And the significance of what Derrick James said to Errol Spence, and Errol Spence actually carrying out that energy, getting right back in the gym a couple of days after the fight. You know, you see him running, you know what I'm saying? Posting videos, working out and running, man, and just getting it in, just being in the gym, man, after putting on an incredible performance like he did versus Jordanis Ugas in a unification match, coming off a 17-month layoff and a detached retina surgery, missing out on the biggest money opportunity and biggest legacy fight of his career thus far in Manny Pacquiao, still keeping it all together mentally. You know what I'm saying? Still keeping all that shit together, man, and not losing focus and not overlooking Ugas, thinking about Terrence Crawford, not dwelling on the fact that you missed the Manny Pacquiao fight. That shit actually motivated Errol Spence and made him go out there and perform at an extremely high level in his hometown, which a lot of guys get nervous and they act out of character in their hometown. Errol Spence actually elevated in that situation. So just when you factor in the mentality of what it takes to do what Errol Spence is doing in this space, it's incredible. So you factor in all of the skills and the tools that we know Errol Spence got. I mean, we don't even really have to break down what Errol Spence can do fundamentally in the ring and technically and skillfully in the ring. I mean, we've been doing that shit for years on this channel. You dig what I'm saying? So we know what he brings to the table. I think he's even gotten better in those categories. In each of those skill categories that we talk about, I think Errol Spence has elevated. I mean, rightfully so. As you grow as a fighter mentally, you're going to work on your craft and get sharper and sharper. You're going to get better. That's what happens when you get in your prime. The mental, the discipline, the heart, the maturity, the humbleness, and then also the confidence as well. And then also physically, you know what I'm saying? All those things come together when you're in your prime. And that's exactly where Errol Spence is right now. But the level of focus and determination, which we all know that's a huge part of Errol Spence's game. Why you think this dude has the ability to throw 1,000 punches in a fight and continue to hit you with hard, consistent shots round after round after round after round and literally break guys down? Why you think he able to do that? That's real determination. That's a guy that want this shit more than you want it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to be the guy that is nonchalant about shit, but he's an extremely skilled athlete or extremely skilled fighter, and he just got it. It's hard to be the guy like that. But imagine a guy like that want this shit more than you. That's Errol Spence. That's Errol Spence. And to have a guy like Derrick James in his corner that literally right after a 3-belt unification match, putting on one of the best performances of Errol Spence's career, some may even say the very best. And considering he did all that coming off a 17-month layoff and an eye surgery, fighting Jordanis Ugas, who's coming off of a Manny Pacquiao win, who came off of a Keith Thurman win. You know what I'm saying? When you factor all those things together, bro, it's a phenomenal thing that we're seeing right now. And I think for Terrence Crawford to beat Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford is going to have to be damn near perfect. If you consider the styles, you know, we know Terrence Crawford is his primary game is going to be to fight off of the back foot, counterpunch with sharp, accurate shots using his hand speed advantage. You know what I'm saying? Trying to catch Errol Spence with some shit he don't see and try to run Errol Spence into a hard shot and ultimately knock him out. That's what Terrence Crawford game plan gonna have to be primarily. But we all know that Terrence Crawford like to fight. And I think it's gonna turn into a fight. I've been saying for years, half chess match, half dog fight is what it's gonna be. But Terrence Crawford gonna have to fight. You know what I'm saying? But when you think about the styles, Terrence Crawford's room or margin for error is small. His window, he's gonna get opportunities because Errol Spence is coming forward at him, bringing that heat on him intelligently. But make no mistake about it, Errol Spence is gonna be the dictator of the pace in that fight. He's gonna be the guy that's dictating the pace. He gonna be first. Terrence Crawford gonna let him be first because that's the only way Terrence Crawford know how to fight is the counterpunch. Errol Spence is gonna be first. You know what I'm saying? Now, Terrence Crawford, he can be aggressive and offensive, but you don't normally see that unless he got a guy hurt or he done figured him out or he feel like this dude can't hurt me. We know that ain't gonna be the case when you in there with Errol Spence. Ain't nobody ever been in a fight with Errol Spence and felt like, oh, this dude can't hurt me. Nobody ever been in the ring with Errol Spence and felt like, oh, I'ma just do what I want because he can't hurt me. Nobody. So you know that ain't finna be Terrence Crawford's game plan. So he gonna have to be damn near perfect in that fight because you have a bigger guy that's extremely skilled and highly motivated, highly determined. His margin for error is gonna be very slim in that fight. This is the most dangerous that Errol Spence has ever been because in 2019, that wasn't the best Errol Spence. That wasn't the best Errol Spence. That was Errol Spence at the height of his career, but that wasn't necessarily the best version of Errol Spence. That was a weight drain Errol Spence. That was an undisciplined and unfocused Errol Spence. Now you're fighting a guy who has gotten better in each skill department, who is more motivated than ever, who has more to prove than who feels like he has more to prove. I don't think he really got shit to prove after that performance that he put on versus Ugas as far as his ability and what he can do. He still got much to prove because he got to fight and beat Terrence Crawford. And he knows that. That's another thing. He knows all of this. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is the most dangerous Errol Spence has ever been. And Terrence Crawford going to have to be damn near perfect to beat him. He going to have to be damn near perfect to beat him. I keep telling y'all, and I'm going to say this until the fight happen. And if I'm wrong when on fight night, I'll be the first one to get on here, go live, and say I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But Terrence Crawford going to have to knock Errol Spence out. He going to have to run Errol Spence into a counter punch that Errol don't see and knock him out. And if he can't hurt him, say goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is going to be extremely determined. He going to be stronger than ever physically, mentally, and spiritually. I don't think Terrence Crawford going to be able to break Errol Spence's spirit in this fight. And all that, punt, 1-2 and then hold like how Kell Brook was trying to do Earl and how Terrence Crawford was doing Sean Porter, that shit ain't gonna work. I've been telling y'all, you can't hold Earl. Why? Because he always gonna have a hand free. You hold his ass, that left hand gonna be free, and he gonna be wailing on your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be throwing uppercuts and getting all type of shit. That's where he really want to fight at, on the inside. We gonna see how good of an inside fighter Terrence Crawford really is in this fight. We gonna see how good of an inside fighter he really is. Because when Earl closed that distance, and trust me, he will close that distance. And when it get muddy on that inside and when it get down and dirty, we going to see how good of an inside fighter Terrence Crawford is. Because I'm going to tell you, if this shit get to 6th, 7th, and 8th round, Terrence Crawford going to be beat up. He going to be wore down. Them body shots going to take a toll. And if you thought he was stationary in his last few fights, he gonna be hella stationary in the 8th and the 9th round. He gonna be stationary. At that point, it's gonna really turn into a fight. He gonna have to sit there and fight Earl. He ain't gonna be moving like that in the late rounds. If the fight get to the 8th, 9th, and the 10th, Terrence Crawford not finna be moving around like that. He gonna be slowed down. He gonna get cornered. The ring gonna get cut off, and he gonna have to fight Errol Spence. And he gonna be in for the hardest fight of his life. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to see something magical, something legendary on that night, whether Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence win. Because if Terrence Crawford win, he going to have to be legendary. For Terrence Crawford to knock out Errol Spence, he going to have to be legendary. He going to have to be magical. And I think the performance that you going to see Errol Spence put on Terrence Crawford is going to be legendary type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of motherfuckers going to be in disbelief. They ain't going to believe it. These same people didn't believe Errol Spence was going to be able to take a punch again. Here he is taking a wide open off guard right hand from Yordenis Ugas with no mouth guard in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? You know, no mouthpiece to take a little bit of the shock off to bite down on. And he didn't even see the punch. Those the punch that hurt you the worst. So you take a punch, a right hand from a guy who got one of the best right hands in the division with no mouth guard, and you wasn't even looking. You was off guard. And he ate that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So for Terrence Crawford to knock out Errol Spence, he gonna have to be magical. You know, but I think Errol Spence gonna put on a wonderful display of dominance. And a lot of people gonna be surprised because they talk, you know, they were saying Errol Spence wasn't gonna be the same. And you right, I think he way better now. Because mentally, he didn't have this mentality in 2019. And he's a better fighter than he was in 2019 at the height of his career. Now he's more motivated, more focused. That's dangerous. That's extremely dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Extremely dangerous, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. You know, have y'all been noticing the same shit that I've been noticing, man? Like, just looking at where Errol Spence is right now, how everything been playing out exactly how I said it was gonna play out. All this shit playing out exactly how I said it was gonna play out. And I ain't saying that, you know, this shit for sure gonna be what I say is gonna be on fight night, but all I'm saying is don't be surprised. A lot of motherfuckers gonna be surprised though. A lot of people gonna be surprised. They gonna be like, oh my God, he did that to Terrence Crawford? Oh my God, Terrence, wow. He just ran through Terrence Crawford. And when I say ran through, I ain't saying it, you know, like Terrence Crawford ain't no threat. Terrence Crawford a motherfucking dog, he a beast. But I'm saying the way Errol Spence handled him, a lot of people gonna be surprised. I'm telling you, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Contender regime, boxing, I'll holler at y'all boys, man.